Hello everyone, I am Kasugod M. Patil from ASM CSE A Division, and my seminar topic is Introduction to Neuromorphic Computing. Neuromorphic computing is a type of computing in which we develop the computer system based on the working system of the brain. That is, the computing system works similarly as the brain works. That is, neurons. That is, the brain works on the neurons which are connected by dendrites, and we make use of spiker neural networks to develop such a computing system. Neuromorphic computing is a concept developed by Keva Mead in late 1980s, describing the use of very large-scale integration systems containing electronic analog circuits to mimic neurobiological architecture present in the human nervous systems. By making use of this new computing system, we can make the computing much less power consuming and develop a system which is highly efficient to train the artificial neural networks and machine learning algorithms in a faster and efficient manner. And the neuromorphic algorithms emphasize the temporal interaction among the processing and the memory. As a human brain processes and uses the memory simultaneously, in the same way the neuromorphic algorithms also work with the information being processed. Neuromorphic computer is also another kind of computing platforms, such as a central processing unit, graphical processing unit, and FPGA, etc. A neuromorphic computer will be less or more efficient than computing architecture depending on the algorithm. Neuromorphic computer may be good choice for implementing some machine learning algorithms, but these should not be confused with brains. Why? Because the computers can process numericals and decision making tasks in a faster and efficient manner, but they cannot perform the sensory data in an efficient manner as the human brain does. Uh, this is to conclude that a neuromorphic computer is not a brain. Although it works similar, or it mimics the same way the human brain works, but however we cannot say, but we cannot say that a neuromorphic computer is a brain or cognitive computing propositions. The basics are: generalize in a broad build a computer that can learn and generalize in a broad variety of tasks, much as human brains are able to do, in order to employ the applications that require too much human efforts. The applications here are um, the various high performance tasks such as pattern matching and video video based processing, image processing, and image recognition processes, etc. The idea of neuromorphic computer is at least 40 years old, but yet still we don't have any of these kind of computers. We have become delusioned with these ideas in the past because the proposition was not fulfilled. That is AI and the neural net winters. Uh, That is the neural networks which are being employed to train an artificial intelligence algorithms were consuming much amount of computing powers and memory. So, and the research was also yet has to be done. Therefore, the idea of neuromorphic computing was not developed. But again, the proposition has become very popular because the map because the computing industry has also matured sufficient enough, and the successful application of some machine learning techniques have also been done, and interest and research on the brain. As we have the brain implant techniques that are being performed at Tesla Tesla's OpenAI computing performs. That is, they attach a chip to the human brain and record the data and train the artificial intelligence algorithm to mimic the way the computer works. These all things make the proposition popular again, and the neuromorphic computing has become a, a, a hot cake in the market again. The neuromorphic computing philosophy, that is, cognitive computing, views the brain as a computer and thinking as execution of algorithm. The basic way we can interact with a computer is through the programs, and again the fundamentals of the programs lie within the algorithms with which they interact with the processor to process the given task. The algorithms are a set of ambiguous statements which define the computer processor to process the task in a given manner. So we cannot think the neuromorphic computing as a human brain itself, but again it can execute the algorithms in the same way as the human brain does. Biological memory correspond In neuromorphic computing, biological memory corresponds to a container holding data and algorithm. Learning fill the container with input-output rules defined on AI, discrete AI or continuous artificial neural networks variables. Algorithm create input-output mapping using rules or weights stored in the memory. AI focuses on search algorithms to select production rules, whereas artificial neural networks focuses on iterative error reduction process and the algorithms to determine weights yielding the desired input-output relationships. And the final task, that is, algorithms are also created by the humans itself. The neuromorphic chips, that is neuromorphic chips, modeled on biological brain to process sensory data such as images, sound, and respond to changes in the data in the way not specifically programmed. Neuromorphic computing systems excel at computing complex dynamics using a small set of computational primitives: neurons, synapses, and spikes. Spikes are the spikes are the small connections that connect between the two neurons or the two small processing units of the underlying neuromorphic chips. Neuromorphic engineering is not new. That is, as I have told in the big introduction itself, that neuromorphic computing was introduced way back in 1980s, and a class of neuromorphic chip has been available since 1993. Zero instruction set computer was one of such chips, which became world's first commercially available neuromorphic chip. And the existing neuromorphic computing hardware architectures are spin spiking neural network architecture. This is the these are the basic architecture on which the neuromorphic computing systems are built. The spikes in the spiking neural network architecture are simple possible temporal message. These facilitates algorithms inspired by biological neural systems, support time and rate based algorithm, and the information is exchanged between spikes using generalization of spike time messages. A spike that carries additional information facilitates other dynamical computing architecture using different primitives, and the routing of information through spikes or packets. Message can be passed with an address and routed over a network. And examples are IBM's True North neuromorphic chips and Intel's Loihi chip. Messages can be delivered over a switching fabric. Messages network can be multi-scale. Example on core, on chip, off chip. And the existing neuromorphic chips are IBM's True North. It is the most advanced neuromorphic computer chip to date, and Qualcomm's Europe program, which is still running to develop a neuromorphic computing chip. Human Brain project in Europe is also one of the example, and Nvidia's Tegra X1, which was revealed in CES 2015, and Intel's Loihi chip is the one of the most advanced neuromorphic computing chip which is mainly focused on tasks which are based on artificial intelligence. And the existing applications of the neuromorphic computing are facial recognition and the Google Translate which uses the neuromorphic computing architecture and employs artificial intelligence algorithms to translate the sentences from one language to another language. And one of the very popular applications that are being used daily are um, chatbots or virtual assistants such as Cortana by Microsoft, Siri by Apple, and Google Assistant by Google are also developed on the neuromorphic computing systems. Moravec's paradox, which was given by Hans Moravec in late 1990s, which suggests that the sensory information cannot be processed by the computing chips as fast as a human brain does, and the computing information, that is computational tasks such as the task including mathematical function, cannot be processed the same way as the computer does. This is a paradox given by Hans Moravec, which was given by Hans Moravec. And the future applications of the neuromorphic computing are image-based web searching. That is, we can employ our handheld cell phones, smartphone devices to surf the web using the images. That is, just we can open our camera and give the give it take a snap and give the algorithm to run, and it will produce and it will search through the web to give us the result. And again we can do advancements in facial or biometric recognition, such as to record the geometric and underlying three-dimensional architecture of the human face or the biometrics that are being recorded. And one of the popular applications is that we can take the attendance within a snap of photo. And again we can employ this neuromorphic computing and artificial intelligence in the development of smart medical devices such as auto ECG devices, which records ECG of a patient without without the help of a medical personnel. And the very recent applications are Apple Watch Series 5, which will generate the ECG of a patient by just tying within a wrist and sends directly to the doctor if required. So, processing powers of a neuromorphic chips. This detects and predict patterns in complex data using relatively less electricity. That is, the human brain consumes only 20 watts of power to process high amount of data, and the neuromorphic computing architecture is also based or mimics the human brain, and it will also consumes less amount of power. Applications that are rich in visual or auditory data that require a machine to adjust in its behavior as it interacts with the world. These traditional chips or one human architecture chips, they are reliably make precise calculations. They are good at they are good at numerical problems and more common problems that require substantial amounts of power. Advantages of neuromorphic computing architecture are can compute in real time, which is similar to how the brain works, might take us a step closer to the artificial intelligence, or making the more smarter devices and smarter robots. Different applications in various disciplines. That is, we can employ the newly generated neuromorphic computing architecture in development of various smart devices which can be employed in medical systems or forecasting of trading, and they can be used to predict the weather and many more applications can be done using it. And advances in neuroscience and chip making, that is that we have studied the human brain, but yet we have not reached the point where we can say that the human brain is completely is completely studied. So this neuromorphic chip can be employed to learn more about the neuroscience and the diseases that the brain can hold. So the main key technology issues and choices we can employ to build a neuromorphic chip are distributing large amount of memory among many processors on a single chip, developing a scalable messaging architecture, selection of computational primitives, engineering for scale, space and power efficiency, creating a large scale simulation capability that accurately models the neuromorphic hardware, creating tools to develop debug neural algorithms on the simulator and the neuromorphic hardware. So the main challenges that are available in building a neuromorphic computing architecture are, that is, brains are not computers. Computers can compute anything. Competition for resources, massive computing resources, no easy path for technology evolution, whole system interdependence, whole system requirements. Here I have listed the 7 key challenges. So the first key challenge is that brains are not computers. Brains are brains are thermodynamical, bio or chemo or physical system that evolved from or embedded in the natural world. Computers are symbolic processes executing algorithms designed by humans. Brains designed the ultimately the human brains design the computing processors or computers. And the second main key challenge is that computers can compute anything. The computer is a blank slate in which we have to write the programs to do a task. We must generate all the constraints to build a neuromorphic computer. Changing computer architecture only changes the classes of the algorithm that it computes efficiently. And coming to the third key challenge is competition for resources. It is easy for anyone who doesn't like your project to claim that it is not making a progress, it is not competitive with the state of the art, you are doing it wrong, or you are an idiot. Massive computing resources. Any model that does anything that anyone will care about requires a massive computational resources for development and implementation. Development no easy path for technology evolution. This is the fifth key technology issue which we face in development of the neuromorphic computing. That is, we cannot benchmark the performance comparison is either a human brain or a well-engineered domain-specific solution. And the sixth key technology issue is whole system interdependence. Brains, bodies, environments are complex systems whose large scale function cannot be analytically expressed in terms of its lower level structure or dynamics. System design methodologies are inadequate because the system cannot be decomposed into independent parts. And the seventh and the final key technology issue in building neuromorphic computing architecture are the whole system requirement. Brains are embedded and bodies are embedded in an environment. Testing often requires embedding the neuromorphic computer in a complex body or environment, which we cannot make. And these are the sites from which I have referred. I would like thank you everyone for listening patiently, and if there are any mistakes or errors that are to be rectified, please update me.